So?
Did you see the nickname?
Finger cuffs.
And?
And she had a weird nickname. What's your point?
Do you know why it's finger cuffs?
No. I suppose you do.
I do. Remember Currie London left Hudson, went to North our senior year?
No one.
Well, asshole, I ran into him at the stores the other day. God, it's been ages since I've seen him. Had a great conversation. Mentioned you were dating Alyssa.
Did you?
Yeah. Funny thing is, you know what he said?
Alyssa Jones? Shit, I know Alyssa Jones. I know Alyssa Jones. You know what I'm saying? Me and Rick Derrick used to hang out for a while, right? Just hanging around her house after school and shit, because her parents were like never home and shit, right? But one day Rick just whips it out and starts rubbing it on her leg and shit, chasing it around the living room. I was dying. But you know what the crazy bitch did? She fucking drops to her knees and just starts sucking them off right in front of me like I wasn't even there, man. I almost died. But that's not the fucked up part. The fucked up part was Rick, man, right in the middle of it, turns to me and he's pointing at her and he says, "Go-y." Just like that, go-y. So I'm like, yo, I'll give it a shot. So I start pulling her pants down and shit, all slow, because I figure any second she's gonna turn around and belt me in the mouth, right? But yo, check this shit out, man. She's all into it, man. She don't try to stop me or nothing. She's all wet and shit, and I just start going to work, you know what I'm saying? Me and Rick are going to town on this crazy bitch, and she's just loving it. All morning and shit, it was fucked up. So Rick's the one that came up with the nickname, because that day she had us locked in tight from both sides like a pair of goddamn Chinese finger cuffs.
He's full of shit.
Currie's a lot of things, all right? But an exaggerator, he's not. The dude's Catholic.
She's never even been with a guy.
That's what she says. But I say her on her hands and knees getting filled out like an application constitutes being with a guy.
Look, man, Currie London is pulling your chain, okay? The fact you even believe him for a minute makes you look like a complete fucking idiot.
I'm getting your back, asshole. People don't forget shit like finger cuffs. And what if it got out that she's queer as well? How do you think that's gonna make you look?
Well, I give a shit of what people think, you know, so...
You guys, like, date or something?
Date Rick Derrick? No, we just hung out a lot.
Just you and Rick.
No, me, Rick, and, God, what was his name? What was his name? What was his name?
Currie.
Yes, good, Currie London. God, I haven't thought about that name in years. I remember those guys used to come over to my house almost every day after school. They'd bug my sisters, look through my dad's closet for porno tapes, raid the fridge. Oh, they really took advantage of my parents never being home. This one day, Rick pulled his dick out and started chasing me around the house with it. Right in front of Currie, man. I couldn't believe it.
Rick pulled his dick out. Really? What did you do?
I blew him while Currie fucked me.
Excuse me?
That's what you wanted to hear, isn't it? That's what this little cross-examination of yours is all about? God. Well, next time, try not to make it so obvious, all right? There's subtler ways of badgering a witness. Am I right?
Jeez, man. Even I knew what you were getting at.
If you wanted some background information on me, Holden, all you had to do was ask. I would have gladly volunteered it. You didn't have to go playing Hercule fucking Poirot.
Wait a
Get
minute.
the fuck off me!
So what? So it's true, right?
Is that what you want to hear? Is it? Yeah, Holden, it's true. In fact, everything you heard or dug up on me is probably true. Yeah, I took on 2 guys at once. You want to hear some gems you might not have unearthed? I took a 26-year-old guy to my senior prom and left halfway through to have sex with him and Gwen Turner in the back of a limo. Or how about in college when I let Shannon Hamilton videotape us having sex, only to find out the next day he broadcast it on the campus cable station. They're all true, Holden. Didn't you know I am the queen of suburban legend?
Did you somehow fucking fail to mention this to me? What the fuck's wrong with you? How could you do all those things?
Easily. Some I did out of stupidity, some I did out of what I thought was love, but good or bad, they are my choices, and I am not making apologies for them now, not to you, or not to anyone. And how dare you lay a guilt trip on me about it, in public no less. Who the fuck do you think you are, you judgmental prick?
How the fuck am I supposed to feel about all this?
How are you supposed to feel about it? Feel whatever the fuck you want to feel about it, alright? The only thing that matters is how you feel about me.
I don't know how I feel about you right now.
Why? Why? Because I had some sex?
Some sex?
Yes, Holden, that's all it was. Some sex. Most of it stupid high school sex. Like you never had sex in high school.
Listen, there is a world of fucking difference between typical high school sex and getting fucked by two fucking guys at the same time. They fucking use you.
No! I used them! You don't think I would have let it happen if I hadn't wanted to, do you? I was an experimental girl, for Christ's sake. Maybe you knew early on that your track was from point A to B. But unlike you, I was not given a fucking map at birth. So I tried it all. That is until that's you and I got together. And suddenly I was sated. Can't you take some fucking comfort in that? You turned out to be all I was looking for. That missing piece in the big fucking puzzle. Look, I'm sorry that I let you believe you were the only guy I'd ever been with. I should have been more honest. But it seemed to make you feel special in a way that me telling you over and over again how incredible you are just wouldn't get across. Oh, I'm sorry.
Just don't do that.
Do you mean to tell me that while you have zero problem with me sleeping with half the women in New York City, you have some sort of half-assed, mealy-mouthed objection to pubescent antics that took place almost 10 years ago? What the fuck is your problem?
I want us to be something that we can't be.
And what's that?
A normal couple.
Why don't you give your little voice a rest? Come on up inside my bed and just pretend you need me.
Now, if you're a major movie buff, like I am, then you should recognize that scene. Matter of fact, if you own either my 1999 ebook version of Mode 1 or my 2006 ebook or paperback version of Mode 1, then you'll have a hint of what movie that scene is from. That scene is from a movie that I ranked in my original Mode 1 book as one of my top 10 favorite movies related to dating and relationships. It's a movie called Chasing Amy. Chasing Amy was written and directed by a guy named Kevin Smith. As a matter of fact, Kevin Smith owns a copy of Mode 1. Matter of fact, I have quite a few celebrities, if I had to kind of toot my horn. There's quite a few well-known celebrities who own a copy of Mode 1. Like one other person in the entertainment industry, I can name at least two other people in the entertainment industry who own a copy of Mode 1. Kevin Smith, who wrote and directed Chasing Amy, he owns a copy of Mode 1. Jon Favreau, who directed Iron Man and Iron Man 2, who plays Happy in the Avengers, Tony Stark's assistant Happy. He owns a copy of Mode 1. And John, what's his name, from Entourage, Jeremy Piven. Jeremy Pivens owns a copy of Mode 1. Yeah, there's actually quite a few celebrities who own a copy. Because I remember, I mentioned this story once before. I remember one time me and Tariq Nasheed were talking when PUA Hate was still active. We were talking through Inbox. And he was actually lightheartedly admonishing me for being on PUA Hate. He was basically like, Alan, why are you arguing and debating with these knucklehead trolls here on PUA Hate? Even though technically he was on PUA Hate too, so I don't know why he was admonishing me, because he had at least one conversation where he was going back and forth with a couple people. But anyway, he made the comment to me. He said, Alan, I'm paraphrasing his words, but he was like, you too big to be on PUA Hate, man. He was like, man, you got celebrities talking about your book. And I was actually kind of a little surprised. I said, really? He said, oh, yeah, man, I'm out here in L.A. I don't know if he still lives in L.A. I think he doesn't live there anymore, but he used to live in Los Angeles. And he was like, oh, yeah, man. He said, I talk to celebrities all the time who will bring your book up. They'll say, yeah, I own Alan Roger Currie's book, Mole 1. That's a good book. Yeah, that's a good book. Mole 1, man. That's a good book. So, yeah. Another guy who told me was this guy interviewed on Blog Talk Radio. I want to say his name was Rael Sims. He told me that too one time. We were talking because he lives in Los Angeles. And he told me once that, because he knows quite a few celebrities, and he said a good number of them used to mention both my book and my Blog Talk Radio show. Yeah, we were talking one time. He said, yeah, Alan, man, I don't know if you know, man, but quite a few celebrities actually listen to your Blog Talk Radio show. And there's another quite a few celebrities who own your book, Mo 1. So, there you go. Anyway, going back to that scene, though, I love that scene, man, to me, because it was so real. It was so real. You know, there's some movies I watch related to dating relationships where I'll watch a particular scene or a particular character in the movie and I'll be like, that don't resonate with me. Man, that don't seem real. That don't seem real. But then there's other movies you like, yeah, that shit's real. Because come on, man. Let's be real, man. Most men are very judgmental about women's sexual past. I talk about that in my book, Who Said Again. A lot of men in society are very, very, very judgmental when it comes to women's sexual past. But here's the kicker, and this is what I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes in this video. There are a lot of women who are too. That's what a lot of men don't realize. There's a lot of women who are judgmental about men's sexual past. And I think a lot of men tend to underestimate that. I'll get to that in just a couple minutes. But I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot of you guys showed me a lot of love in regards to the announcement that my fiance is pregnant, and in regards to just the fact that she's now my fiance as opposed to my girlfriend. I got a lot of guys showed me a lot of love. And for that, I'm very appreciative. I'm very humbled, very appreciative of that. But I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to just briefly go on a little soapbox here. You know, I always talk about, since I've been on YouTube, I categorize certain people as my haters and critics. My haters and critics. But see, what a lot of you people may not know, particularly you younger guys, there's at least two types of haters. Here's what I find. There's at least two types of haters. There's vocal haters, but then there's silent haters. There's vocal haters, and then there's silent haters. What's the difference? A vocal hater is somebody that every time you do something good in your life, you have some type of noteworthy achievement, some type of noteworthy accomplishment, just a multiple episodes of happiness that you talk about in your life. You're going to always have some people that try to hate on you, say something negative or critical. Like, for example, if I come on a video and say, hey, I had my best month of audiobook sales just the other month. And I'll have a bunch of people say, oh, congratulations, Alan. And then you have them handful of people say, man, fuck your books. Your books ain't shit. Fuck your books. Haters. Fuck your books, man. Your books ain't all that. Fuck your books. I remember when I announced that I bought a Porsche last year around this time. A lot of people say, oh man, Porsches are nice cars, man. Those are nice cars. A Porsche is a nice car. Then I had a few people come out, oh man, it ain't no brand new Porsche though. It ain't no brand new Porsche. It ain't like it's a 2000 2018 or 2019 Porsche. Your Porsche is like a 2009, 2010 Porsche. It's old. So I don't know why y'all excited. Shit. It ain't no brand new Porsche. Haters. Yeah, so anytime you announce something, again, like an achievement, accomplishment, a new milestone in your life, some episode of happiness, vocal haters are going to say something. They're going to have something to say, and more specifically, they're going to have something negative, critical, or contrary to say. You know. Now, in respect to my last two announcements, I didn't really have any haters come out, but I did have at least one. And you won't be able to see it in the comment section because I deleted. But one guy came in my comment section and said something to the effect of, well, Alan, yeah, man, you know, it's cool that you engage and all, but just because you engage don't guarantee you that you and your fiance are going to stay together. It don't guarantee you. Just because you go ahead and get married, that don't guarantee that y'all going to have a great relationship and that y'all going to stay together from now until the day you die. That don't guarantee it. My question is, when did I ever say it did? Matter of fact, if you go back to 2017, when I first got on YouTube, one of my first, I want to say, yeah, this was my first, what I would call, angry rant admonishment video. The very first video I did that could be categorized as an angry rant as well as a harsh admonishment is when somebody wrote me. Matter of fact, it kind of relates to me being engaged. It was related to the subject of true love. There was a guy who wrote me back, I think it was in May of 2017. I had a guy write me and say, Alan, I like some of your videos, some of your advice, but if I have one criticism, man, you talk about casual sex too much. I never hear you talking about true love or marriage or a long-term romance. All you do is basically talk about stuff to do with hooking up with women for casual sex, like fuck buddies and shit. And he basically said he didn't like that. He said he felt like that was going to lead to the death of society. And there's another guy who recently said that, and I'm going to get to that in a minute or two. Somebody else recently had that accusation towards me just in the last few days. But yeah, that was the first ever angry rant, harsh admonishment video I did. And one of the things I said in that video, I remember, I said, life, one of the first mistakes you could ever make is coming into life assuming that it is fair. I said, life ain't fair. And along with that, I said, there are no guarantees in life. Look at Kobe Bryant, man. He's the most recent evidence of that, man. Do you think he woke up that morning, the morning he died, and knew he was going to die? No. He probably thought he was going to have a long, happy life with his wife and daughters. And now he's dead. What does that tell you? Number one, life ain't fair. Some people would argue that there's probably a lot of people who deserve to die more than Kobe Bryant. Life ain't fair. Number two, ain't no guarantees in life. So for this one hater I had in my comment section who said, Alan, just because you engaged to be married and just because you're about to get married, that don't guarantee that you and your fiance and future wife gonna stay together. Y'all might get divorced. Y'all relationship might end. She might cheat on you. You might cheat on her and blah, 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 blah. Man, you can't predict the next day. Ain't no guarantee to the guy who wrote that. What's your guarantee that you're going to wake up tomorrow or next week or next month? What's your guarantee of that? Do you have a guarantee? No, you don't. Again, Kobe Bryant probably woke up the morning he died thinking he was going to live for another 20, 30, 40 years. And guess what? He's dead. Most people who die unexpectedly didn't know when they woke up the morning they died that they were going to die that day. The only people who pretty much know they're about to die is people who are old and sick. Old and or terminally ill, like they got cancer or some type of real illness that they know it's inevitable, that they're going to die within a matter of days, weeks, or months. But other than that, most people don't know they're going to die. It just happens. So it ain't no guarantees, man. Life ain't fair like that. Why are some people born blind, not able to see? Is that fair? Why are some people born with one leg, only one leg, or one arm? Is that fair? Why are some people born deaf or not being able to talk? Is that fair? Why are some people born as midgets? Is that fair? Man, there's a lot of shit in life that ain't fair. And it ain't no guarantees, man. So to me, that was a dumbass comment that guy made about, it ain't no guarantee. Ain't no marriage guaranteed to last. You got to take stuff like marriages and long-term relationships, you got to take them day by day. You got to take them day by day. But I can tell you this with assurance. Just because you never get married don't guarantee that you're going to have a happy, satisfying life. I bet you $10,000 on that shit. Like a lot of guys in the manosphere act like, they have all these negative attitudes towards the idea of marriage and act like if they stay single, that their life is going to be just full of happiness and sexual satisfaction. Ain't wrong. I know a lot of single, unhappy, sexually frustrated motherfuckers. Incels, anyone? Incels, anyone? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. There's a lot of guys in life that have never been married, don't have any kids, and guess what? They miserable as fuck. They miserable. Some of them are suicidal. Yes, a lot of those guys are suicidal, man. Some of them are both homicidal and suicidal. So don't ever try to give me the impression that if you avoid marriage, that means you're gonna automatically live a happy and sexually satisfying and fulfilling life. No, it don't. No, it don't. No, it don't. I would say particularly if you're 45 years of age or older. I would say particularly if you're 45 years of age or older. No, it don't. I'm happy. I'm sexually satisfied. I have no complaints about my love life, sex life, and social life. And haters don't like that. They don't. Haters don't like that. But I was talking about two haters, man. You got vocal haters, but then you have what I would call silent haters. Silent haters. What is a silent hater? Because some people might be asking, well, Alan, if they silent, how would you ever know they're haters if you don't hear from them? Well, that's just the thing, though. I kind of talked about this around the time when I had my gallbladder removed around Thanksgiving of last year. I was talking about how there's some guys, particularly in the manosphere, who I always heard from once a week, twice a week, maybe 3 to 5 times a month. I would hear from them. But yet, when I was hospitalized and had my gallbladder removed, I didn't hear shit from them dudes. I didn't hear shit from them. I had some people in my real life, like people I know personally in real life, that I didn't hear from. Then I got other people that I've never met in real life, not even one time, that I heard from like every other day. What's wrong with that picture? When you got people you've never met in real life checking in on you like 3-4 days a week, every week, while I was hospitalized and right after I got out the hospital. Then I had other people that I went to like high school with, college with, and just know in real life. Didn't hear from them even one time. But yet I hear from them other times, So recently, I noticed on Facebook, now some of you all might not be active on Facebook like I am. I'm fairly active on Facebook. And when you're on a place like Facebook, a social media platform like Facebook, you after a while, you pretty much get an idea of who you normally hear from and who you don't hear from. You have an idea of who you normally hear from and who you don't hear from. Like, put it bluntly, there's some people I normally hear from when I'm talking about a wide range of subjects and topics. But yet, when I announce my engagement on Facebook, some of these people I ain't hear from. They didn't say, congratulations, I'm happy for you, nothing. Again, it'd be different if I'm talking about people that I never hear from, period. There'd never be no surprise. But I'm talking about certain people, both men and women, and lean towards women, that I hear from on a regular or semi-regular basis, that now that I got engaged, I ain't heard from them. Because they ain't happy. They ain't happy for me. They ain't happy for me. Not anybody. My brother predicted this actually a long time ago. I remember when I first started getting serious with my fiance, my brother was like, you know you're going to have a lot of haters, man. On both the male end and the female end. You know you're going to have a lot of haters. And I'm starting to sense that, man. Yeah, because number one, on the female end, if you don't know this already, I'm going to tell you, I mentioned this at least a couple times on previous videos. Older women are very jealous of younger women. Most older women, particularly if they're single, they tend to be very jealous of you. I had an at least one ex-girlfriend of mine that admitted that. I never forget, man, me and an ex-girlfriend of mine, at first we were talking about interracial relationships. And she said if me and her were to break up, which we did break up, that she would feel agitated if she saw me with a white woman. But then, guess what? A few minutes later, she changed that. She said, no, you know what would agitate me more than seeing you with a white woman? I said, what? An Asian woman, a Hispanic woman? She said, no. She said, I would actually rather see you with a white woman that's close to your age than a black woman that's significantly younger than you. She actually told me that. An ex-girlfriend of mine told me that. She said, I would rather see you with a white woman that's close to your age than to see you with another black woman that's significantly younger than you. Yeah, you'll find most women who are roughly 40 years of age or older, they don't like seeing a man hook up with a woman that's 35 years of age or younger. They don't like that. I've had a lot of women that have made that vocal, that have told me straight up that that's how they feel. They don't like that, man. And I could tell there's some older women that I know. Now, I had some older women, like women I know who are 40 years of age or older, that wish me congratulations on Facebook. But I had an equal, if not greater number of women in that age group that did not wish me congratulations. And I've noticed it. So that's where the basis for the haterade on the female side is that a lot of older women don't like to see eligible bachelors hook up with a woman significantly younger than them. On the male end, there's some men who are older that are in a marriage or a relationship with an older woman, and they pretty much know that they're not going to be able to hook up with a woman that's younger. Mainly either because they're already married, or they're engaged to be married, or they already got a long-term girlfriend, or if they're single, they just don't have the looks, charm, or sex appeal to hook up with a woman significantly younger than them. So they become jealous and envious, man. So yeah, there's a few guys who are Facebook friends of mine that I didn't hear from, that I've previously heard from on a regular, semi-regular basis that I didn't hear from, including some of my own frat brothers. Yeah, so you have vocal haters and you have silent haters. And the silent haters are really making themselves known. Yeah, like one thing, I know ever since I got on YouTube, there's been a select number of black male YouTube personalities who have given me complicisms. What is a complicism? Is a simultaneous compliment and criticism. And I know one of the complicisms I've received from certain black men on YouTube, on the complimentary end, guys will say stuff like, Alan Roger Currie, he's good at when it comes to seducing women into having a one-night stand, a weekend fling, or some other variation of casual sex. So when it comes to casual sex, I give him his props, man. You know, Alan Roger Currie, he's a bad motherfucker. But on the flip side, where the criticism would come, they would say, but Alan, if you look at his life, he ain't never been married. He ain't got no kids. He ain't good at maintaining long-term relationships, romantic relationships. And he ain't found a woman that was willing to marry him. He ain't found a woman that was willing to marry him. Well, yes, I have. And she's black. She's black. For all those people saying black love is dead or black love is non-existent in today's society, that's bullshit. My fiance is very black. Very black. Yeah, all people black. I was down in Mississippi with her people. She's straight up black. So for all those people who said, you know, black men and black women don't get along in today's society, I say speak for yourself. That's the only thing I'll say for you. Speak for yourself. You can't speak for everybody. Speak for yourself. Me and my fiance, we have an excellent relationship. When I say excellent, I'm talking about like we haven't had not one argument since we first started dating. We've had what I would call some mild, respectful disagreements on certain things every now and then. But as far as a full-blown, like heated argument, see, one thing about my fiance, man, she's very, very feminine. She's very, very feminine. She's very submissive. She's what most people call a girly girl. My fiance is very much a girly girl. She don't have like a masculine bone in her body. She's not really argumentative at all. That's just not her. So yeah, man, we're a great representation of black love. And I know a lot of people can't stand that. They're hating on that. They can't stand that we represent black love. And I know that provokes a lot of black male haters, and to a lesser extent might even provoke some black female haters. But, you know, we have a great black relationship. You know, all of my long-term relationships with women have been with black women, though. I've never dated a non-black woman like in a long-term, emotionally profound, real serious relationship. Now, I've had casual sex with a lot of non-black women, but not black women. Yeah, all my long-term relationships have been with black women. But yeah, man, so, you know, that just goes to show you, though. Yeah, I know people, you know, yeah, our relationship represents black love. I'm proud of our relationship. And my thing is, if we gonna have haters, let the haters hate. Let the haters hate. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is related to what I've already alluded to. You know, I always get these links from followers about podcasts guys do and live streams guys do. And there was this debate between these two black male YouTube personalities that for the most part had nothing to do with me. It had more mainly to do with this movement called SYSBM, Save Yourselves Black Men. It was a debate between two YouTubers, one that I was familiar with and the other that I wasn't really familiar with, and they were debating. But anyway, my follower sent me this message, and he said, I think it was in my comment section. I don't even think it was through email. I think it was in my comment section, one of my videos. He said, Alan, check out this video of this debate, and they mention you at the 2 hour and 2.5 hour mark. So I went and checked it out. And sure enough, the guy mentioned one black male YouTube personality mentioned my name, and he mentioned Ron Will's name. And it was only a brief mention, but I didn't understand why my name was mentioned. So I went in the comment section. I said, why did so-and-so feel the need to mention my name? And one of his followers said something to the effect of, well, he's going to always call out guys like you and Ron Wills because he feels like you guys are leading young, innocent, impressionable men into the meat grinder that these whores of society have created. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing some of that, but that's generally what he said. He basically tried to say that, in so many words, he tried to say that all the advice that I give the men, as well as that Ron Wills, my fellow dating advisor Ron Wills, gives the men, is all about helping men hook up with promiscuous women, highly promiscuous women. No good sluts, as they would call them. No good sluts. Insert dog face here. Man, some of y'all be killing me. Real talk. Some of y'all be killing me. Now, as you know, I used to be a feature writer on O'Shea Duke Jackson's website, The Negro Manosphere. I think I wrote about roughly 90 articles. And a lot of times, they had a comment section. I used to get either compliments in the comment section or criticisms. Probably the number one article I wrote that provoked the most blowback of any article I wrote was an article I wrote about men's hypocrisy about women's promiscuity. Men's hypocrisy about women's promiscuity. That was probably my number one article of all the articles I wrote that I got the most negative blowback from. Matter of fact, if I had to rank my top 3 that I got, that articles I wrote that provoked the most critical and negative blowback, that would be number 1. The article I wrote on men's hypocrisy on women's promiscuity. Number 2 was the article I wrote on black male incels, black men who are either incels and or misogynists, incels and or misogynists. And number 3 was the article I wrote where I interviewed that dominatrix, and she said all men were easy to control, influence, dominate, and manipulate because they're so desperate for sex. Yeah, those are my top 3 articles I got the most blowback. And let Professor Alan Roger Currie break some shit down to you that needs to be broken down, because I can tell a lot of y'all just don't get it. Y'all don't get it. And this is why I played that clip from Chasing Amy at the beginning of this video. I've heard a lot of men make this dumb ass remark. A lot of guys use the same exact analogy, which is this analogy of, well, Alan, men and women are different. See, women's pussies are like a lock, and men's cocks or dicks are like a key. No man wants a lock that can be opened up by any key, but women love a key that can open up a number of locks or some stupid shit like that. That's some goofy shit. God damn, that's goofy. That's some goofy manosphere stupid shit. Now, I use a lot of analogies and metaphors myself, but that analogy, this whole key, I've done heard that shit at least 100 times. This key lock shit. This relates to that singer Akon. I did a video where I got into it with this singer. Well, not really. I didn't get into it because he probably don't even know who the fuck I am. But I did a video where I criticized this singer Akon because he was on a broadcast radio show saying something to the effect of men were born to be promiscuous and sleep with a lot of women, but women if women sleep with a lot of men, that means they're mentally and emotionally damaged and fucked up and something's wrong with them. That's bullshit. It's fucking ass bullshit. Here's the reality. Women don't like promiscuous men just like y'all don't like promiscuous women. You need me to repeat that? I'm going to repeat it. Many women do not like highly promiscuous men. Matter of fact, I just talked about this recently, if only briefly, when I did that video about total alpha males with beta traits, beta males with alpha traits, and total beta males. One thing I said when I was talking about guys who are total alpha males, I said that one of the downsides of being a total alpha male is that you will have a lot of success with women when it comes to short-term non-monogamous casual sex. When it comes to short-term non-monogamous casual sex, or next to that, when it comes to like a long-term relationship that's open or polyamorous, open and or polyamorous. But I said when it comes to hooking up with a woman who wants a long-term, strictly monogamous relationship, you're going to be shit out of luck if you got a reputation for being a promiscuous total alpha male. I guarantee you that. I put money on it. You're going to be shit out of luck. Trust me, I'm a living testimony to that. I can't tell you how many times I've had women, starting with my early to mid-20s up until now, that you have told me, Alan, I love you as a fuck buddy, as a casual fuck buddy, but I would never, ever, ever date you. Like in a serious relationship, I would never date you. And promiscuity was usually one of the top 3 reasons. I usually got 3 reasons why women was, I give you a perfect example, the woman who you've heard me mention probably more times than anybody other than my current fiance. And that would be this woman I used to mess around in California with named that I always refer to as Sharon. That's not a real name, but I always refer to as Sharon. I remember Sharon. She is somebody that after we were fuck buddies for about 6-7 months, I wanted to have more of a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. And she rejected me. And she basically gave me 3 reasons. And most women who've rejected me have given me at least one of these 3 reasons, if not all 3. Number 1, she said, Alan, she said, you are too kinky and promiscuous for me to consider you as a serious boyfriend. That was the first thing she said. She said, you too kinky and promiscuous. Number 2, she said, you broke. She said, you don't make enough money for me. She said, you don't make enough money for me. And the third thing she said, your personality is too dominant, too uncompromising, and at times just hard to get along with. And almost all the women where I was in a situation where I was the one who wanted more of a serious relationship and they just wanted to keep it casual, all the women gave me at minimum one of those 3 reasons, if not 2 of those 3 reasons or all 3 of those reasons. But one of them was always, you two kinky. I'm telling you, man, why do you think you have sexually duplicitous men? That's the most glaring evidence of it. Why do you think you got men who are sexually duplicitous? Which in turn is one of the reasons why you have a lot of men who endorse and encourage indirect verbal game, and dishonesty and manipulation. Why do you think you have that? Why do you think you have that? In other words, put it more simply, why do you think guys are willing to lie to a woman to get her in bed? For example, give her the misleading impression that they want a long-term, strictly monogamous relationship when they know deep down they want a short-term, non-monogamous relationship. Alpha male strategies, anyone? Now, he's been trying to change recently, but that's an alpha male strategy. When he first came on the scene, that's what he was all about. Was encouraging men to lie to women and mislead and manipulate women and get them in bed. Why do men do that in general? Because they're just as duplicitous as women are. Why are they just as duplicitous as women are? Because deep down they know women are just as judgmental as they are. It ain't no difference. I did a video about that. I did a video where I basically said one of the things that a lot of men can't handle with women is not so much the differences, but one of the things that a lot of men can't handle about women is their similarities. A lot of men cannot handle the fact that women are similar to them. And that's one area where women are similar. I know a lot of women Trust me, I'm 56 years old, about to be 57. I'm talking about years of experience. I know a lot of women who have told me, when they talk about whether it was myself or some other guy, they'll be like, oh, that guy is so-and-so. Oh, yeah, I'd fuck him in a minute. But I would never date him or marry him. But I'd fuck him. Same with men. What do men do with women? I can't tell you how many times I've heard a man look at a certain woman and say, oh, man, I'd fuck the shit out of her, but I would never date her or marry her because she a hoe. She a slut. I would never date her seriously or marry her, but I'd fuck her at the drop of a dime because she's sexy as hell, but I would never date her or marry her because she a hoe. Trust me, women have that same attitude towards a lot of men, particularly women from middle class and upper middle class type backgrounds. There are certain guys that they will fuck like that. They will fuck at the drop of a dime. But if you're talking about dating, long-term relationship, or marriage, they'd be like, oh, fuck no. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. That's why you have sexually duplicitous men and sexually duplicitous women. You got both. Now, a lot of times when I talk about sexual duplicity, most of the emphasis usually is on the female side, but there are a lot of men who are sexually duplicitous. The most obvious way you can tell how many men are sexually duplicitous is simply the fact that you got so many men who are liars and manipulators and emotional manipulators of women. If there were no men who were sexually duplicitous, all men would be mode one hardcore. All men would be upfront and straightforward with women about the fact that they have fucked a lot of women and will continue to fuck a lot of women, like me. See, I got them type of balls. I've told women, most of the women I've dealt with in my life, not most, all of the women I've dealt with in my life, starting with the age of 22, I would tell them straight up, I ain't into no monogamous shit. I'm trying to fuck as many women as possible. I've literally told women that to their face. I'd be like women would ask me sometimes, they say, Alan, I don't know, you seem like you're the player type. I would never try to deny that. I would be like, hell yeah, I'm a player. I'm going to fuck any attractive woman that gets my dick hard. I've literally told women that to their face. I ain't never been a sexually duplicitous type dude. I have never, ever, when I've dealt with women, beginning with the age of 22, tried to act like I was more monogamy oriented than I really was. I've never, ever tried to do that. Starting with the age of 22 up until now, I've never tried to do that. Anytime I knew I was highly promiscuous, I would let women know I was highly promiscuous. But most men are not like that because they're duplicitous. Because deep down, they know women are just as judgmental as they are. So going back to this comment about this guy saying, yeah, Alan Roger Currie and Ron Wills, all they doing is giving advice that leads to guys having sex with women who are basically promiscuous slut types and whore types. Well, like all y'all motherfuckers saying stupid shit like this are hooking up with virgins. Like y'all hooking up with virgins. Either a woman's fucking or she not. Fuck all that judgmental shit. Either she fucking or she not. If a woman has only had 2 male partners in her life, guess what? She fucking. Which means a third motherfucker can fuck her. If he catches her on the right day at the right time. All women who are quote unquote promiscuous sluts started off as virgins. You got to remember that shit. All women who are currently, what a lot of you men call whores and promiscuous sluts, started off as virgins. Real talk. Drops mic. Y'all be killing me, man, with y'all judgmental ass. Y'all judgmental motherfuckers. My attitude is, man, either you enjoy a woman's company or you know. Now, here is one slight difference between men and women. When it comes to a man's promiscuous past, then yes, I will say women, generally speaking, are more forgiving. Like, for example, let's say you have a man who's 35 years old, and he lets it be known to his new girlfriend that he was highly promiscuous between the age of 16 and 29. But now he's 35, he's definitely more monogamy oriented. Women, generally speaking, will be more forgiving of that guy's promiscuity between age 16 and age 29 than the average man will be. A lot of men, if they meet a woman that's 35 and say she's been monogamy oriented for the last 5-6 years, but she lets that man know that she was promiscuous between the ages of 16 and 29, most men are going to be like, oh, hell no, I can't date you. Like Ben Affleck's character in Chasing Amy. They're going to be like, oh, I can't date you. So when it comes to promiscuous past, I would say women are more forgiving. But when it comes to current promiscuity, like you're currently, like not only were you promiscuous in your past, but you still have a high degree of promiscuous tendencies, then that's when I would say women are almost equally just as judgmental as men are. Women are just as judgmental as men are. No woman who's looking for a long-term, emotionally profound, strictly monogamous relationship wants a man who's currently highly promiscuous, unless they're looking to get into a polyamorous relationship or an open relationship. That's the only exception. But other than that, they don't want no guy who currently has promiscuous tendencies, particularly if they're from a middle class or upper middle class type background. Fuck no. If you're currently promiscuous, they'll keep you as a casual sex fuck buddy. Or if they married, engaged to be married, or got a long-term boyfriend, they might choose you to be their man on the side, their lover on the side. But beyond that, you're shit out of luck. Because they don't want you. If anybody owns an ebook copy, paperback copy, audiobook copy of my book, Who Said Again, y'all know how I feel, man. I hate men who are a combination of hypocritical and highly judgmental. Hypocritical, highly judgmental. I can't stand you motherfuckers. I'm telling you straight up. I can't stand you motherfuckers. Whatever bad karma comes your way, I'm all for it. Real talk. I can't stand you motherfuckers. I hate motherfuckers who are a combination of self-righteous, hypocritical, and highly judgmental. Can't stand y'all motherfuckers. I knew a guy when I was in college, man, used to always pass judgment on women. Always be quick to call women hoes and sluts, hoes and sluts, hoes and sluts. Guess what? He had a serious girlfriend. And guess what? About half a dozen of my frat brothers was fucking his serious girlfriend behind his back. That's right. Now, I wasn't one of them. But I knew frat brothers that was fucking this dude's girlfriend behind his back. And yet he was all quick to call other women hoes and sluts. And he was in a fucking relationship with a covert slut. See, like, for example, I wrote an article on the Negro Manosphere about private lovers versus public lovers. And one reason I wrote that article, man, is because, see, there's a lot of women that will keep guys as a private lover. They're not going to introduce that guy to their mother, their father, their family, other family members, their relatives. Like I told y'all the story about when I was in college, man. I remember I had sex with a number of Caucasian sorority girls. And I remember one in particular, if you saw us on campus, you wouldn't have thought we knew each other. You wouldn't have thought we knew each other. I remember I confronted one of these white sorority girls who I was fucking. I said, how come you never speak to me on campus? And she told me very frankly, she said, Ellen, that's how she talked like that. Ellen, because you're a nigger. You're a nigger. I don't want people to know I'm having sex with a nigger. Yeah, she literally said that. Yep, she said she didn't want none of her friends, and she said, God forbid if her parents and other relatives found out. So that also ties into my point that there's some men that women just want to fuck to be fucking. But they would never date those guys. They would never marry those guys. They'll have casual sex with them, but beyond that, they ain't, you know. So for all you guys who believe that, like a lot of guys tend to perpetuate this belief that women are more open to being in a relationship with a promiscuous man than men are with a promiscuous woman. That's not true. Women themselves don't want promiscuous men for serious relationships. They don't. Contrary to popular belief, they don't. The more promiscuous you are as a man, the more, like, if that was true, if women wanted promiscuous men, all porno stars would have women going crazy over them and chasing them. You don't see no woman trying to be in no serious relationship with no male porno star, trying to get married to no male porno star. I'm sure there's a number of women that will have casual sex with a guy who's a male porno star, but they don't want to have no serious relationship. They wouldn't want that guy to be their public lover. Fuck no. Wake up, fellas. Wake up. Now, in my Patreon exclusive portion, I'm going to be talking about why you can't take a lot of women's negative reactions and responses too seriously. A lot of their negative reactions and responses too seriously. That is in my Patreon exclusive portion.